Before I start this video, I would like to give a massive shout out to my Patreons, and if you would like to join my Patreon, please check the link in the description below. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tennant here once again, and in today's video we are going to be talking about what happens after the power of the Doctor. Yes, there is a brand new comic in the new issue of the Doctor Who magazine, which has on the cover David Tennant is the Doctor, and yeah, it's enough to send goosebumps down your spine, because, you know, it's not the first time this has appeared on the cover of Doctor Who magazine, all the way back in 2005, when he was first announced to be playing the 10th Doctor, and now, in November 2022, we have an issue of him back on the front cover, as he's playing the 14th Doctor. But let's have a look at the comic, because this takes place right after the power of the Doctor, and it's confirmed to be as part of a new mini-series which will fill in the gaps of the 14th Doctor's adventures, and is canon, by the way, in the lead up to the 60th anniversary, which obviously makes things very interesting. So it starts off with the 14th Doctor walking back into the TARDIS. And, you know, he gets straight back into things, because the TARDIS isn't destroyed, because he didn't regenerate into the TARDIS. Regenerated in the TARDIS, not into the TARDIS, but that could happen. And he gets straight back into things, but he does notice that, you know, he's getting used to the systems again, because he's suffering with that post-regenerative, haze. And he's had a little bit of focus on his hands. And he said that, I used to know these systems like the back of my hand. Only it's someone else's hand now, my old hand, which is, you know, a little bit peculiar. And obviously, I imagine we will get more hints to this, you know, why David Tennant is back as the 14th Doctor throughout this comic, series. But I imagine we won't get the full answer until we get the 60th anniversary specials, because obviously they want to save the big reveal for, you know, the actual televised episode. But we might even have an explanation to why the TARDIS interior looks different, which we already know the exterior is staying the same, because we've seen it being used for Ncuti Gatwa's press appearances. So there is that. But the TARDIS goes straight on a little adventure to an England match in 1966, the World Cup final, and apparently there's a distress call, and during the match, obviously, you know, the Doctor's, you know, talking and, you know, trying to get into the stadium itself, and we do see him with there's a few frames in this comic with him using Jodie's sonic screwdriver, which is amazing, and he is able to detect some aliens who are disguised as humans. And before, you know, things really kick off there, he notices that, yeah, there's a Dalek saucer right above Wembley Stadium, which is very crazy. And then the end frame, or the cliffhanger frame, is that there's loads of Daleks flying down onto Wembley Stadium and destroying everything and killing all the players, which is a big cliffhanger, and obviously that didn't happen in the history books. So that's going to be interesting to see how that is, dealt with. But it's also worth noting that this is the first appearance of the Daleks in a Doctor Who magazine comic strip in a very long time. I believe 20 odd years. So it's nice to see them back in a comic as well for the Doctor Who magazine. And obviously they're going to be playing a big role in the 14th Doctor's first adventure. So if you want to see the comic frames and stuff like that, please pick up this magazine, because there's a lot of production notes on here that I'll be covering in other videos, and there's some little hints about the show's history as well. Or not the show's history, sorry, the show's future, which will soon become history, but that's a time traveller thing. But with that being said, though, thank you very much for tuning into today's video. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for more nerdy content, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.